Hey everyone, today is Monday, the 30th of July. Last night I watched 9 episodes, well, all 9 episodes of Video Game High School, or VGHS, on YouTube last night. I already said last night. Uh, and it got me thinking, well, the premise of the show is about a high school that trains students in competitive video game playing. And whereas I definitely respect the premise, it leaves me wondering as to, what about some of the stuff that we would not have seen? Like, what are other things that they would be teaching at this school? Like, I can see a turn-based strategy professor, but he would be like an older fellow, and he would have white hair and maybe a white beard or something. He would smoke a pipe. Well, you can't smoke in the building, but he would have the pipe. He would have like this heavy wool sweater with like wood buttons, and that would be his smoking jacket. And he would be this extremely calm man, and he'd be standing in front of the class and be like, "Take your time." He'd be effectively the hippie of all the professors or teachers or what have you, because he'd be the most mellow guy there. Take your time, make your decisions, and then as it goes, you'd be like, okay, now we're going to do 10-minute turns, and then 1-minute turns, and things like that. But I mean, because it comes from my background of playing a lot of turn-based strategy games. All the Civilization games are turn-based. The XCOM games, they're all turn-based, well, except for a couple, but, outliers. They're Master of Orion, Master of Magic. You have all these strategy games, these civilization building games that are all really turn-based. And it's an older genre for, the gaming world, because they kind of got supplanted by real-time strategy games with Warcraft and Starcraft and what have you, Age of Empires and blah blah blah. So I'm thinking of, God, what would it be like to teach this turn-based strategy class, a la their FPS 101 and their rhythm gaming class and blah 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 that they show in the program. And I could just see it. I could see, like, okay, and today we have a guest lecturer. He's well known for his significant development of the 4X method of strategy gaming. Please welcome Sid Meier. So, I mean, honestly, that would be so cool to have Sid Meier come in and teach about the fundamentals of turn-based strategy gaming, about the 4X method, or principle, and just to be a student in that kind of environment would be so incredible. I wish there could be that kind of a school. I would love to. I would self-teach myself. I would self-teach everything I needed to be able to teach other people about gaming. That would be so cool. And not so much about making games, but more the culture, the participation, the playing, the understanding a bit of what went into it so that you can get more out of it, that kind of aspect. Because games, there's a psychological aspect to them. There's a reason we keep going back to them. There's a reason they get made the way they do. There's more than just money and corporations and blah blah, that kind of crap. There's the people. These games are made by people. And a lot of games are made by people who actually give a damn about the product they're making. And a lot of these games that are being made today are crafted lovingly. And because we live in this age of instant gratification, we have people who banged out Star Wars: The Old Republic, which had been in production for several years, in like a month, less than. Because I don't know, maybe it's that whole aspect of, I have this massive pie, I better eat it all now before it goes bad, or something. I don't know. There's no expiration date on games, people. Well, that's not entirely true. There is a game I have that I can no longer play because that version of Java no longer exists. So, yeah. So anyways, I've gone on way too long about all this. I'm very excited about this YouTube internet web show And I'll link it down below because I highly, highly, highly recommend that you watch it. It is incredibly fantastic. It follows a lot of standard television show tropes where, little fish in a big pond, as it were, going head to head with a jock. There's the bully, there's the pretty girl, there's, the new guy, there's the new guy's new friends, there's, him getting thrown under the bus a couple of times, and his intimidation, self-confidence issues, all these things that typically plague our teenage TV sitcom about high school thing. You can draw parallels to Saved by the Bell all day long. But, when it comes down to it, the show is extremely entertaining. It is very fun. It never takes itself too seriously. And it makes me wonder, what if. So, anyways, until next time.